In a world where childhood is filtered through screens, one country has decided to pull the plug. Australia made history this year, banning social media for anyone under 16. And now Denmark is next. But this isn't just another policy change. This could be the start of a global digital revolution, one that forces us to ask a terrifying question. What happens when an entire generation grows up without social media? Just a few days ago, Denmark's government announced it would follow in Australia's footsteps, moving to ban access to social media platforms for anyone under the age of 15. Their statement was simple. This is done to protect children and young people in the digital world. But behind that calm, bureaucratic tone lies something seismic. If the motion passes, it would mean no TikTok, no Snapchat, no Threads, and possibly even no YouTube or Roblox. Not without explicit parental consent. That means millions of teens are cut off from the digital universe that shaped the last 2 decades. So why is this happening now? Because both Australia and Denmark claim the same thing. Social media isn't just addictive, it's eroding childhood. From skyrocketing rates of anxiety and depression to data exploitation and cyberbullying that follows kids home from school, governments are finally drawing a line in the digital sand. Australia's Prime Minister, Anthony Albanese, called it a step toward reclaiming childhood. Denmark's Prime Minister, Mette Frederiksen, echoed that sentiment, saying the goal is not censorship, but protection. Still, not everyone's convinced. Critics argue these bans could isolate kids socially, punish families unfairly, and hand governments dangerous new powers over online access. The details are still unfolding. Denmark hasn't revealed which platforms will be restricted or how enforcement will even work. Will it be through ID verification, facial recognition, or something entirely new? Nobody knows yet. But according to early government statements, parents may be able to consent on behalf of children as young as 13, effectively turning access to the internet into a digital permission slip. It's a strange new reality, one where algorithms once shaped childhood, and now legislation might redraw its boundaries. Australia took 15 months to roll out its version, a timeline filled with legal debates, tech lobbying, and nationwide concern about data privacy. Denmark could move faster or slower. It depends on how much resistance they face, from parents, tech giants, or even the teenagers themselves. But either way, the message is clear. The world's most connected generation, raised on screens, stories, and endless scroll, is about to be disconnected. Not by burnout, not by choice, but by law. A line is being drawn between what's seen as protection and what's seen as control. And for millions of young people, that line cuts right through the center of their digital lives. And here's where it gets bigger. This isn't happening in isolation. It's part of a growing global movement to reclaim the digital frontier. Across the world, governments are waking up to a truth that once felt too big to touch. The internet is no longer just a place. It's a force, one that shapes identity, behavior, and even belief. In the US, schools have begun installing physical hardware that blocks social media altogether, creating digital dead zones where scrolling is impossible. Teachers say it's about focus. Parents say it's about safety. But for students, it's the first time the online world has been physically switched off around them. Across Europe, the debate is heating up. Lawmakers are clashing over whether tech giants should be legally required to verify ages, not just with a checkbox or a birthday field, but with real identification, maybe even biometric data, before a user can log in. And that's where the implications deepen, because this is no longer just about kids. It's about power, who holds it, who regulates it, and who gets to decide what the next generation sees, learns, and believes. The age restrictions are just the beginning. Behind them lies a much larger question. Who truly controls the most powerful tool of influence humanity has ever created? Maybe this is the beginning of a new digital age, one that protects our attention instead of selling it. Or maybe it's just the start of another fight between freedom, technology, and the people trying to hold both together. Because when a country bans social media for kids, the whole world watches what happens next.